Muffin.
So I had this great idea, and I was thinking we could make a show about ideas.
Hi, I'm Casey Burke, and welcome back to Idea Muffin. My company is rsvphere.com, and I'm here with this month's guest host, Christina McClung.
Hello.
Hello. And she owns a company, C-Level Concepts. And today's show is going to be about hiring and interviewing and how to get a job in this tough economy. So Christina's background is in recruiting and hiring recruiters and understanding the hiring world, and both her job and her company, her consulting company, deals in this area. Plus, she's writing a book that's coming out, and we're all going to need to get a copy of it. And so I'll let her tell you a little bit about what she's putting together, and then we'll go from there.
Yep, that'd be great. So I think finding a job in this economy has been very tough. There's lots of people that are looking to either make a career switch or change or have been unemployed for various reasons. And I think you have to find a job in this economy in a lot of very unique ways that you might not be accustomed to. And one of those is, I think, getting a little bit outside the box and taking the time to reach out to either alumni from your local college or university to find out, which is really smart, to find out where are they now, what career path are they in, and really just to kind of interview them on why they love what they do and how they got into their career in the first place.
Let me ask you a quick question. So as far as your college is concerned, there's probably a ton of people in from your college that you didn't know, but that graduated from your university. Do you think that do you find that they reciprocate just because you graduate from the same university?
I do.
Even if you're strangers?
I do. It's kind of like this common bond that you will share forever. And I find that, depending on your university, some of the smaller universities tend to be like a close brother or sisterhood if you've gone there. And I find even the larger universities, all the alums are willing to sit down with you and at least have a conversation. Now, whether or not they're going to help you out is a different story. I think if there's a connection, they will.
Got it.
So I think part of it is just taking the time to really research, whether it's through LinkedIn or Facebook or other sites, to really find out, okay, who is out there in the community in which I'm living, and taking the time to do that well before you need to look for that position.
I think that's really important. Well before.
Yes.
So creating those relationships when you don't need them so that when you do need them, you have them.
Exactly. So, and I would say do some unique things. Right now, you can't just send your resume into when you apply for a position at any large company or any company at all. You need to follow up with either making a connection within that company or building relationships within that field or market. So that's one of the things that I think is really helpful right now, is trying to start to build your network of influence within your community and taking the time to really research who's out there, start to build those personal relationships, and really get outside your comfort zone to have some of those meet and greets.
No, I agree. And if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you need one.
Yes, you need to do that.
And you need a good one, one that's full of good material where people can really see your story in your profile versus just, and you need to make the connections and ask people that you've worked with to recommend you. Those things really make the difference. People, 60% of all people looking to hire people are looking on LinkedIn nowadays. So it's important that you have a profile that represents you.
Exactly. You have that profile that represents you, and make sure it tells a story of your life. And if it doesn't, add some more information there that would let somebody know what it is that you're looking for. And then I would say another idea is to just, when you do send your resume to a company or fill out their online profile, another thing to do would also be, if you can figure out who the hiring manager is for that particular position, mail them a copy of your resume as well, because they're going to get hundreds and hundreds of resumes sometimes for a particular position, especially in this economy when so many people are looking. So I would take the time, if you can, to find out a mailing address, because people are going to open their mail.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're going to open their mail, and if they see a resume and maybe that brings it to the top of the stack.
Maybe a little personal note.
Yep, a personal note, or do something creative. If it's a graphic design position that you're applying for, don't do your regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Do something that's a little bit more unique that shows your creativity.
Oh, I really like that. Good idea.
Yep. And then I would say, the next step is, when you do get your foot in the door and you are getting ready to go for an interview, preparation is also very important for that as well. And that goes to making sure that your resume is up to date, tells the right story. And then when you get there, making sure that you've prepared a list of questions to ask them about the particular role. as well as come up with some ideas as to what the things that you've accomplished, maybe 4 to 5 ideas of what you've accomplished, of what you've done in your life, and be able to present those in a way that shows results.
Absolutely.
So what are the results of that, and what impact has that created for your company or your
Well,
life?
and then also, based on what you know of the company you're interviewing for, what impact you feel like you could make for them.
Exactly. What impact you could bring to that company is really important, because there's so many people that they're going to be interviewing for these positions, and you want to be able to show that why you're unique. So I would come up with selling yourself on why you're unique to that company and what you could really bring to them that they may not be able to find from somebody else.
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when you're talking about connections and, how connected you are, actually, that's what your book is going to be about.
Yeah, it's
right?
going to be called Connect to Your Center, and it's going to be about how you build connections within your life and connecting to different centers of influence within your community and building upon those relationships to be very valuable so that you have raving fans and advocates out in the community that you can call on for business ideas, for help, to give advice to, and really to build a strong partnership.
Yes, absolutely. And let me ask you, if you were hiring 2 people and you interviewed them both and both of them were qualified for the position and they were equal in all of their skill sets and you liked them equally as much, how would you make a decision? If you go out and you can do research on their social network or their LinkedIn profile and they're connected to a lot of people you're connected to that you can actually reach out to and say, hey, what do you think about such and such? Or, because you're connected and you've set yourself up this online profile, or, you've just made the right moves in your community.
Yes.
Who are you going to choose?
Yeah.
The one with 500 connections on LinkedIn or the one that doesn't even have a profile? Well,
you bring up a really good point, because references are very important. And I will tell you that good interviewers aren't always the highest performers, and the highest performers aren't really always great interviewers. So I think being able to connect to some of their references and doing that through LinkedIn is a really important approach to take when you're trying to find out the best candidate. So I will say, just a note to everybody out there, make sure that you have up-to-date profiles, but also make sure that what's on there is something that you want people to see.
It's true.
Because they are going to be looking. And I will tell you,
That's
every
true.
HR professional will be Googling you as well. So make sure you have an awareness of what's out there on yourself.
That's such a good tip.
Yes.
Okay.
So thanks so much.
Yeah. Funny Muffin. Funny Muffin. Honey, come here. Come here. She's old. She didn't pay attention to me. Come on. Come here. Come say hi to the camera. Come here. My puppy. Hi. Hi, girlfriend. Say hi. Hi. Watch. You want to go? You want to go? You want to go? She's deaf. She can't even hear me. She's not excited. You're such a good girl.
Hi, I'm Laura, and I have always thought of an idea for when you are driving in the car. It would be great if there could be a somehow digital voice-activated screen in your car so you could vocalize what you're really thinking in your head. Now, sometimes that could be good, sometimes that could be bad. Either way, if you choose to help people with it, you could help people by telling them, oh, you have a flat tire, and it would come up on the screen, and they could read it in their rearview mirror and go, oh, I have a flat tire, I need to pull over. Or if you're that person that experiences a lot of road rage, it could help you vent without actually screaming. That's my wonderful idea. How do you stop it?
Sharing ideas, wiki, sharing ideas. My name is Casey Burke Bunn, and I'm from Virginia. My show idea is Idea Muffin. Crap.
Wait, well, have you ever had an idea and been like, what do I do? That's why you should watch Idea Muffin. That is exactly what you need.